Yo, yo, yo. You there? Hey, what? Hey, Forex traders. Wake up in the morning and it's 1:45. What do? You sell the euro. You sell the euro. Thank you, Druggy. Thank you, ECB. So, g'day, mate. Good to see you. I'm still sick as a dog. I didn't sleep very well. I'm on medication. I have terrible hair today. So anyways, we'll probably keep this short. But by the way, my name is Wayne. Nice to meet you. I'm a currency trader. Doesn't matter if you're sick. You still got to trade. You still got to make money. ECB ain't going to wait. So anyways, hey. I've been trading currencies a long time. This is an opportunity for us to gather as a community, an opportunity for you to ask questions, get involved in that kind of stuff. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and please visit tradersway.com. They're making this available to you for free, so make sure you visit tradersway.com. Open an account today. Open an account today. Open an account today. When you're in your back office, download MT4, come back here, and there's a link below the YouTube video description that allows you to click it, download my chart templates for free, and install it into your MT4. Again, compliments to the firm. Thank you very much. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never, ever, 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 ever risk money you cannot afford to lose. So I'm going to go as fast as I can to before I run out of energy, but I want to show you. So you know the ECB stuff was coming out today. That's great. You probably had a bias. That's great. I traded it on Euro Turkish Lira. That trade is up 250 pips. But I also put in a Euro ZAR because we were talking about how wonderful the Rand was trading day after day after day after day. You guys remember that? I said, look, every day it goes up to the sell zone and then it falls. And then the next day it goes up to the sell zone and falls. The next day it goes up to the sell zone and falls. So I just want to emphasize this on the coaching platform. So I entered, when it went up to the sell zone, I entered a trade, and I'm up on that one 142 pips for the day. So I'm up 400 pips for the day. But, you know, a lot of that's the euro. Not on those two trades, of course. I'm up more on the other ones. So that's pretty cool. So we can kind of go through that. Here's the Euro Turkish Lira daily. Can you see the down, 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 up, up, sell? That's straight out of the swing trading course. That's how you swing trade. Which I guess reminds me, at 11 a.m., the swing trading group is going to meet and set up trades for next week. I know it's only Thursday, but we meet as a group Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern time to set up trades, not for today, nor for Friday, for Monday. So we're going to meet as a group. If you want to join us, swing.fxbootcamp.com. So we will be meeting today, even though I am sick as a dog. It's weird, huh? Who gets a cold when it's 95? But anyways, thank you, ECB. Thank you, Draghi, for crushing the euro for us. That's pretty cool. Now, all you had to do is have a bias, right? By the way, here's my oversized coffee mug. And here's my other coffee mug. The Harvard one is a giant cup. That's pretty funny. So anyways, Lira is going, oh, you know what? The other thing I want to point out, this Euro ZAR. Okay? I'm in it for less than one day, actually. This is less than 24 hours. But at 5 p.m. yesterday, I collected $2.51 on swap. We've been talking about swap, right? So where's my calc? Oh, I put in calc. I need calculator too. There it is. Hang on. I want to show you something. So I have a $100 trade on here, right? That's calculator. All right. So every single day, I'm going to collect $2.51. $2.51 times 365. It's like a bond that pays me every day. Okay. I have $100 invested in cash. Nocturnal Black says, I just blew up my account through motions with the ECB monetary policy statement. Good. That's fantastic, Nocturnal Black, that you blew up your trading account. That's fantastic. So now you have a choice. You stop doing all that crap. Whatever you were doing is monstrously, unforgivably bad. So you either say you'll never, ever, ever, ever do that again, and you do whatever it takes to fix that, or you're just wasting your time and everybody else's. So you are now faced. You are looking into the abyss. Okay? You are now looking into the abyss. You just threw away an opportunity, like on one currency pair, to make 916% a year, but you threw it away on a news event? I mean, that's ridiculous. So pick yourself up, fix that, or, I don't know, start flipping houses online or something. Okay, so man up. This is your opportunity to girl up if you're a girl. Fix that, but I don't want to hear that kind of stuff again, okay? Blowing your trading account on that is just silly, dude. I mean, you need to sit down and have a talk with yourself. Like, that is against everything I've ever taught. So now you've gone through what you need to do. And by the way, don't feel bad about yourself, because I think most people, I think really everyone has gone through something like that. And for some reason, it's some sort of common thing that humans need to go through emotionally to get to learn something like this. But there's two types of people, right? The kind that fix that, move on, and find success. And then they have those stories about, oh man, the old me used to lose money on things like that, right? Or the ones that, sit around in a bar swishing their ice cubes around like, I used to be a currency trader. Oh, it's a tough racket. Right? And nobody cares about that, dude. All right? So, make sure you step up and become a massive success so you can tell people how you used to trade poorly, but you learned the hard way. You got slapped around in the markets, and then you grew up. Okay? You know what I mean? So this is your opportunity. Step up or disappear. Okay. So, is that, Chuck, because of my $100? Well, no, Chuck, I get my $100 back. This doesn't include the $100. Okay? You see what I mean? Oh, and by the way, look at all the support you're getting, Nocturnal Black. So hopefully you're not just doing this to I don't know, whatever. But if you've really gone through this tough time, look at this awesome community that's here to support you. Okay? Awesome. So anyways, Chuck Duck, I get my $100 back no matter what, and I get 365th of this 916 per day, but no matter what, 7 days a week, I'm getting paid $2.51, and I can't lose money. I guess I should show the trade. I can't lose money on the actual investment because my stop's at break even, right? What was it, Eurozar? Where's my Rand? So now imagine you're adding to this day after day after day. See, look, I sold on the M3. Dude, seriously, right? Come on, right? And this is what we talked about yesterday. So my radical trade was I sold at the M3. Okay, great. And by the way, I didn't get it on the news. I got it here. Okay, just full disclosure. So anyways, notice that there was a trade yesterday, there was a trade yesterday. There was a trade the day before yesterday. There was a trade the day before yesterday. And then the day before yesterday, there was a trade. It was off the central. Maybe it was too aggressive for you. That's fine if that happened. That's cool. But the day before yesterday, there was a trade, right? Yes. So check 916% a year on swap alone. Okay. But for today, because it was a good trade, and I got lucky, I got the ECB to go with me. That's cool. I'm also up 132% for the day, plus 365th. Right. So anyways, just doing what we're supposed to be doing. You see what I mean? And you can see this is a stop loss, drag to modify. Okay. Isn't that cool? So we'll see how it behaves under 16, but cool. It's just, I don't know. So there you go. That's how you do this. So imagine, though, one of the things I've been telling you over the last month, I guess, since the middle of August, is that if you had a bias and you're preparing for seasonality, like you wake up every morning and you sell the euro, or you wake up every morning and you sell the pound, or you wake up every morning and you sell the yen, or something, right? You know what I mean? Whatever you've decided, that's your bias, and you're sitting and you're ready, willing, and able every single day to enter trades in your bias, as long as you got the technical stuff, right? But aren't you also supposed to add another one? Remember how I told you this, guys, that I want you to have 20 or 30 trades open by the end of the year, maybe more. And the way that you do it is you enter one trade today, let's say, and you move your stop to break even. Then you enter another one, move it to break even. Another day goes by, you enter a third one. And after 5 or 6 days, maybe you got 5 or 6 trades open. And then trades come back and, 3 out of the 5 get knocked out of break even. You didn't make much money, but you got still 2 open. And then you got the trend correct, so the trend is your friend. That's all you need is your bias. If 5 out of 5 get knocked out of break even, well, you're not going with the trend, you're going against the trend, and that's what happens. You know what I mean? So when you start stacking these positions, the overall trend should protect you. And at the end of the year, you might have made 100 trades, 66 of them broke even, or small winners, however you manage your risk. But my point is the other 33 are open, and they're all up 1,000 pips each, and and it sounds funny, but you can make 15 or 20,000 pips in a month, but it'll take you 6 months to build it, right? When I'm watching the wick on the news, Candle, how come you didn't get, I managed my risk appropriately, Carly. My stop wasn't at break even at that point. My stop was above break even, okay? So let me kind of draw it because we're so zoomed out here, but let me just kind of draw it, okay? So I had this on sort of a daily, right? That was sort of my daily swing trade. So I put a stop up here, okay? Let's go back now. So then we had this and, and then it went wham, wham. Okay, something like that, right? I don't know. Okay, so it wasn't until after I got the lower low that I moved my stop. So after the news, now my stop's at break even, let's say, because I entered here. Oops, I entered here, right? So I just moved this down, but not until after I got the lower low, that kind of stuff. So I just managed my trade appropriately. Now, if you jammed the stop before, you might have gotten knocked out. But see, there's sort of a difference, and this takes a while, so I'm not recommending this, but I'm going to say at one point in your trading career, you won't care about losing 50 pips. Because let's say 2/3 of the time, you're going to make 100 to 300 pips, right? We're talking about swings, right? or you'll break even, which doesn't even matter either. So you're more interested in being in the trend because the trend pays you more. Getting out at break even doesn't do anybody any good. Okay? You know what I mean? Getting out of BE just means I took the risk and I didn't get paid. Like, I'd rather lose the 50 pips. So anyway, so I want to be in the trade because the trade's going to pay me 4 or 5 or 6 times, maybe 10 times the amount of money, right? So if I'm wrong, I'm going to get knocked out at minus 50. But I got to be wrong. I want to be wrong. You see what I mean? I don't care about winning percentages per se. If I'm wrong, I want the market to prove to me I'm wrong. I want it documented. But I'm not going to jam it because I'm scared. Because I'm not scared, I want to hit a home run. I'm in it to win it. You know what I mean? So I'm not taking on undue risk and stuff. I have trade plans. I did my analysis. I'm trading with the trend. So if the ECB is going to come out and instead, instead of doing what you would expect them to do, how many people here think the ECB is doing something that would weaken the euro? Well, let's see. They have negative inflation. They have, like, Germany is in recession and it's a manufacturing economy, right? Right? So what do they want? They want a cheap euro. It's common sense. If you know anything about central banking, and if you don't, you need to take the fundamentals course, but they're going to want to weaken the euro. Of course they want it. I mean, like, that's the whole point. So if they said something today that strengthened the euro, shoot, I'll take the negative 50 because I'm in great. Okay, I sold at an M3. I mean, dude, that's what you're supposed to do. And then I got my stop 50 pips above that. I ain't getting knocked out. There's just no way. No way I'm going to take a loss on that. But if I did it, if the ECB disappointed the market and the market jumps 300 pips, all right, I'll take the negative 50. But that ain't going to happen. It's not quite a black swan, but that's extremely unlikely that the ECB comes out and you're like, yeah, right? So anyways, I made a decision. I entered the trade. Like, you can't get a better entry than that. That's exactly perfect. Look, off the 4-hour 21, off the daily M3. I'd do that all day, every day. And you know 60 or 70% of the time, it's going to work every time. You see what I mean? And if I'm wrong, prove it, market, prove it. And I'll take the negative 50 and I'll say, you know what? If you want to drive the market up, that's great. It's your market. I don't want to be involved. But that's how I think. Right? I'm not afraid about being wrong. Prove me wrong. I'll take the loss and I'll take a walk. I'll come back tomorrow and see if it's better, right? But I would, what do I say in my book? I say be proud of your losses. So if I say, look, I've analyzed this market and euro's going down and Draghi's going to help me. If I'm wrong on that, prove me wrong. Not you, the market. And if the market says, you know what, Wayne, you're totally off base, and I get out negative 50 above the 4-hour 21, above my daily M3, that ain't likely to happen. But if it happens, I certainly don't want to be around to see what happens next. And what happens after losing 50, I think, is much worse. But isn't the worst thing ever is to have a great trade and not make money? To me, that's the sin, right? Again, how about the guy that blows up his trading account and he's at the bar drinking? Forex is a tough gig. What about the dude sitting next to him? And he's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I traded for 5 years and I broke even every single trade for 5 years. It was a tough gig. And they're drinking together. Yeah, I lost money. And they went, I couldn't make any money. And it just came back from either bad trading or bad risk management, right? So if I'm wrong, prove it to me. If I'm right, I get paid. And that's where I want to be. Because remember, I told you yesterday, under basic risk management rules, if you lost 66% of the time but had a proper risk management, you would lose 0. Now, what would be worse is to lose 0, right? But you lose money, let's say 50% of the time. But you make money 50% of the time. But you make as much as you lose, so now you actually just wasted your time. Okay? Another person says, "Oh man, you're a 50-50 winner? Ooh, that's really good. I lose 66% of my trades, but I don't lose any money either." Okay? But at least this dude, if he can get to the 50%, now they're profitable. Okay? And of course, you don't want to be a 50-50. You want to make, okay? Now, if you can make 66% winners and 30% losers, you're going to be, filthy, stinking, rich, yellow Lamborghini time. But you don't want to get knocked out of break even because you're unlucky. And what does that mean? You jammed your stop too quickly, and the news popped like this and then dropped, and you made 0. But you were short, right? And I'm doing a tap dance. Woo, I'm up 400 pips in 1 hour. And you're like, oh, dang it, I got unlucky. You didn't manage the risk appropriately. Maybe you were scared. And you jammed your stop because you were scared. I'm not saying you were, but maybe, right? You might be afraid of taking the loss. Oh, what if I lose some money here? No. I believe I'm going to be right. I believe I'm going to make money. I believe all of this because I've done the work and I've done the analysis technically and fundamentally. That's a perfectly entered day trade. Perfect. Okay? In the direction of my fundamental bias, perfect trade. That's a perfect trade. I'm up 400 pips. Of course I'm up 400 pips. And that's not arrogance. That's just, that's what you're supposed to do, right? So why would I jam my stop? Why would I be afraid of that? I entered a perfect trade technically and fundamentally. I ain't afraid. And that's where I want you to get. I'm not afraid because I'm doing my job. That's my job. That is by definition what we do. You see what I mean? And by the way, I'm sick. I'm sick as a dog. I'm not sleeping at night. I'm sneezing. I'm jacked up on medication. But I'm going to make my freaking trade. But the psychology part, as Sasab says, that it's incredibly important because you're not going to be successful without that. So I'm either mentally, psychotically confident, or I'm confident because I did the research and I entered the trade the way that I wanted to. Okay, look at that trade, dude. Look. Don't turn your look. Look at it. Don't turn your back on me. Look, dude. Look. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Sell. M3 on a market open. Oh my God, I'll take that all day long. Off of the 4-hour 21. Right? Like, oh my God, like what more did you want? Right? A team of parachuting Elvises jumping out of a plane and floating down to your front door. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, you got a 4-hour 21. Right? And what did I tell you yesterday? It does this, and it does this day after day after day. It does this and this. And then, look, it did it again. Okay? And do I want this? Do I want to get out at break even there? Hell no. No, I don't want. No, I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want to get out there. So my stop was above. Hang on. My stop was, well, it had to be just above R1. Okay. I mean, that's what I teach in the training course, right? In the swing trading course. So it must have been up there. And then after it did this and then straight back down, after the risk event was over, yeah, okay, I moved my stop to break even. Okay, and notice it's still at negative. I can still lose like 2 pips, 3 pips. whatever it is, right? You see my entry and then my exit. And then the thing above it is the M3, which put me in the first place, right? Okay? But that's how you trade. And let's review yesterday. In yesterday's webinar, I actually showed this to you. And I'm like, look, there's the sell zone. And then it dropped. And here's the sell zone. Didn't quite get it. And here's the sell zone. And it dropped. And here's the sell zone. And that dropped. And here's the sell zone. And that dropped. And here's the sell zone. That dropped. And here's the sell zone. And that dropped. So guess what? I put one on the sell zone and it dropped. Yup. Is it perfect? No, this is all wacky. You made too much money on that one. And then it had to counter trend because it has to take a break. So maybe you didn't trade for a whole day, but the next day it fell perfect, right? Like if all you did was day trade, that was a sell. Boom, all day, every day, take your profit, leave. Next day, not quite, you probably didn't get it. So let's not count that. It's too good and it's out of position. I don't know, you're supposed to trade off the 21. So maybe you sold off the 4-hour 21, but that's an OOP, okay? This one, no trade, no trade, no trade, but this is a trade all day, every day. No trade, no trade, no trade. This one's a sell all day, every day. This one you're not going to love, and this one I did because you trade those. So I would say on this one, and I just kind of covered this yesterday. So I thought actually doing it would be helpful as a learning experience, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but that's 4 out of 2 weeks that you actually got trades, but they all worked. The other ones, you'd have to be super aggressive. This one, that's not a trade any day of the week. That's not a trade any day of the week. This, no, that's not a trade either. But this one is, this one is, this one is, this one is, straight out of the swing trading course. If you know how to swing trade, all day, every day, right? You see what I mean? But what was the focus? Intent. If you're looking, let me say this again, and you're gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna say it for the millionth time. Right? If you don't have intent, if you open your trade platform and you're looking for the trade to do today, you've already lost money. You're gonna probably lose all your money. It's just gonna, maybe it'll take you a year, maybe it'll take you 5 years, maybe it'll take you 5 days. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you don't know what you're going to do tomorrow, you're not going to do it. If you don't know what you're going to do on Monday, I mean, even think about it. I moved the swing trading course. It used to be, the swing trading group used to meet on Sunday, but people were not taking their trades on Monday. So I moved it to Friday to really make sure people had all Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, Sunday morning when the market opens, and Monday morning to actually place their trades. I found that some people took the trades, but some still did not. Like maybe they didn't have enough time. So now we meet on Thursdays to talk about what to do by Monday. Maybe sometimes it even takes till Tuesday. But the thing is, on Thursday afternoon, we know what we're going to do on Monday. It's intent. And you're like, Wayne, you actually plan your trades 2 or 3 days in advance? Yeah, you don't? Right? And then we'd ask, well, does your way work? No. Well, then you should probably do it my way. Do some analysis, technically and fundamentally, put together a bias. And then once you have that, everything's easy. If you're a bear, you sell at resistance. So tell me where the resistance lives. I mean, you can do that, right? Because everything on the smaller time frames won't matter if you don't have a bias. You won't know that you want to be short until it's already happened. Okay, and then by the way, you're right. What happened here? What did happen to amateurs when this thing went like this? They all bought it. It's not how a professional does it. Okay, wake up call. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze again. Hang on. Sorry, my eyes are all puffy. I'm sweating. I don't know if that means I have a fever or something, but I'm not sleeping. My eyes are puffy. Water is just pouring out of my eyes. I have such a fever. I'm actually sweating. But I still do my trades and I still do my webinar. Okay? Thank you. All right? So that's how your competition works. I want you to think about that. You're in a competitive market now. Okay? You're in a competitive market now. What does your competition do? Okay? Yeah, I had something like 2,000% vitamin C. I'm also jacked up on B3, B5, B6, B12. Like jacked up 5, at least 400% of all of those. I'm up 2,000% in vitamin C. Anyways, so euro's coming down. That makes me feel better because remember I tried to get long that and I missed the 200 pip trade. So some of these yens are coming off, some are not. So anyways, I'm running out of steam really fast. So let's do a quick look around the world. I think I'm going to call it a day. Where do you check your daily fundamentals? There is no such thing as a daily fundamental. Okay? My fundamentals change every couple of years, so there's no daily fundamental. Now, if you mean news, I use Forex.Today. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Since, by the way, you are at the Forex.Today YouTube channel, just sort of like a hint, hint, nudge, nudge, hello. So when you ask someone at the Forex.Today YouTube channel, what do they use for their news calendar? I would say I use Forex.Today. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Okay. So like we can move this to high and see how easy. That's the whole work, the whole week. Okay. CPI today. Yep. Well, we missed it. Does someone have? Well, I guess this tells us right there, right? So we got a good CPI. That's nice. Okay. I like core. Everybody likes core. Okay. So that's how you do it, man. If you want to have it, I can post it here for you. So that's how I look at it. I only want high impact, but you can do medium and low too and just fill the boat full of news. Okay. And of course it updates in real time. When the news comes out, it tells you if green means better than expected and red, where's the red one? Here's one, less than expected. Okay. Italian industrial output was negative. Isn't that funny? They worked all day to not produce anything. That's a hard day. Is it possible to share my template? Yes, You go to well, I guess I can just type it here. HTTP, I can just do it like this. Charts.fxbootcamp.com. Okay. Look at all these resources you get, huh? You want to join the swing trading group? Swing.fxbootcamp.com. Okay, I'll put that in there. Look at all these resources. There's so much you have available to become a success. So much. All right, cool. So we got our bouncy bounce. Bounce, 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 breakout, pullback. I have to grab this and drag it across. Okay, see, this is just what we had before. Okay, now what do? You going to buy it? No. Are you going to sell it? That'd be pretty aggressive. So if you're a bull now, and let's say you were not a bull earlier, set up tomorrow's trade. Set up next week's trade. You see what I mean? No, I do it technically. Okay. I do it technically. I confirm my fundamental bias technically, meaning if I'm a bear, okay, let's say I was a bear yesterday, the day before, the day before, the day before, the day before, the day before. I've been a bear, let's say, on gold for 2 years. Okay. Well, using technical analysis, I can tell you that that's my sell zone. So now, right, that's a roll reversal, so that's price action. Here's the pivot, and here's next week's pivot. So I would like to sell around 15.25. And so I add that and 15.24. So I'm right in there now, near my sell zone. So now I sit here and wait for confirmation. Okay. Okay. Don't fly blind. Don't make your charts tell you what to do. Oil's come down. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Here's my 121.4. Beauty. Beauty and the Beast. And I can feel I'm losing energy, guys. My head's actually collapsing into itself. So I think I'm going to pull the plug because I need energy for the swing trading group today, too. Oh, my God. And those swing trading videos have been, 2 hours? I've been doing way too much effort. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to do 2 hours today. Well, I never make a decision on news, Bradley. I already know what the news is going to be. Right? Think about it this way, Bradley. I'm a fundamental macro trader. I already know what the news is going to be. I'd have to be surprised. There'd have to be an amazing surprise that nobody saw coming. But what's the likelihood of that? If you're an economist, everything's about a trend. And there's reasonings behind the trend. Like you think let's say German industrial production in the month of November. Is it going to be awesome? No, it's going to suck. I'm not, right? So I already know the news, so I don't care about news. Now, sometimes news creates volatility, but usually that is very, very short-lived. Now, Draghi spoke today. That's not news. That's fundamental. If Draghi changes their central banking policy, that is fundamental. That's a fundamental change. Or if he confirms the existing monetary policy, that is fundamentally important. Okay? News releases, economic data releases, it's just data. It's just data. It doesn't matter. You already know there's already a policy combating that. So it would have to be shockingly different and someone would say, oh, look at that. I wonder how Draghi's going to respond to that amazing turnaround in German manufacturing data. But you're not going to get that in a month. You're going to get that in 2 years. It's going to be a slow change, right? So it's just extremely unlikely you're going to be surprised by news. Okay. Well, then, Benjamin, you're just going to have to wait for the new version. Okay. So you just have to wait. Sorry. It should be done by now, but I'm sick. So, yeah. Yeah. Banda said, hey, hi, Wayne. So I just came up with a hypothesis. How about using positive swap on any currency pair and just trading that positive direction without losing money? That is called carry trading, Banda. And that is the basis of currency trading. So you just discovered how institutions trade currencies. So I often give the example of FX Concepts was the first Forex only hedge fund in the world. It made billions of dollars a year. The founder, John Taylor, paid himself, not the John Taylor from Stanford, but anyways, this other John Taylor. He paid himself $250 million a year. Paid himself salary, not bonuses and not distributions from ownership and all that kind of stuff. His salary was $250 million a year. Now, the interesting thing about all of that is they didn't make any pips. They only made carry because they were hedging all their clients. But they kept the carry because the clients didn't care about the carry. The client came to them and said, hedge this for me, hedge that for me. And they did it in such a way where, yeah, sure, they charged some fees for that, but they also collected all the carry. So imagine a hedge fund making billions of dollars a year and no pips. Yeah. Okay. What is your average position time frame, entry to exit? I mean, how long am I in a position? Well, if I'm scalping, 15, 20 minutes. If I'm spot trading, a couple of hours. If I'm day trading, most of a day, maybe 2. If I'm swing trading, 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes 10. If I'm carry trading, 6 months. I know, Craig. I would have liked to have done it this week, but I'm sick and now I'm behind work and all that kind of stuff. But very, very soon, Craig. It's on my list. Okay. Where did you get that, Michael? Email that to me. Because if you typed in swing.fx bootcamp, you got it. If you typed in charts.fx bootcamp, you got that. So email me, Wayne at FX Bootcamp. Okay. Wayne at fxbootcamp.com. All right, I think I'm done, guys. I'm sweating bullets here. My eyes are watering, and I'm out of energy. So, sorry about that. But anyways, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Remember, Swing Trading Group, we're going to meet in about 2 hours. So I'll see you over there. And if you're going to join the group, guys, you feel free to join the Swing Trading Group, swing.fxbootcamp.com. We'll see you later. Cheers. Thank you for being a client of Trader's Way. You're a valued member of the community, and I thank you for that. Please leave a comment, a like, subscribe, and all those things that are good on YouTube. Cheers.